What up?
Hi.
All right. So maybe 13 years ago. Yeah, it's probably like that. 13, 14 years ago. This is a while ago. This is back when I was hanging out with Jack a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And one day he came over and he was like, hey, me and so went into this like food place that I think you'd like. So we should go, right? He got me pumped. I was like, fuck yeah, let's go.
Mm-hmm.
So we go, and the way Jack is, or was, who knows, the way Jack is, it has to be the way he is. He's just his own man. Okay. The way he is, it's like, or was, let's just do that. The way he was, you know Jack.
I know Jack, yes.
It's like everywhere he goes, everyone is his potential best friend.
Yeah.
And he's just chatty Cathy, like, I don't know. He's like, give me your phone number, let's hang out, right? Everyone, everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He was. Let's not commit him to, he can change, he can grow as a person. Okay. So he takes us to this place to eat. And the guy that's like working in the front, he sees me and Jack, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's okay, so Jack's all chatty Cathy. And because we're on Jack time, I am chatty Cathy as well. Like,
I see.
I am let me dazzle you with some youthful magic. Who knows what I was saying or doing. I was just putting out a lot of personality because I was with someone with a lot of personality. I had to keep up. So the guy who's helping us, or who's like working the front, he sees our personalities and he's like, damn, I'm like your personality. And then he starts going hard, right? Like, he's like, let me dazzle you. And he's just like, I just remember at first, like, his jaw was open, like, and with a smile. Like, he was just like, he was like our age at the time. He was just like, damn, like, you were my people, right? That was kind of the vibe I was getting. So we get our food and we sit down and we're just like doing our thing. And he comes up and he all of a sudden becomes like our new best friend, right? I don't remember how, but he ends up like, I end up hanging out with this guy kind of regularly, right?
Okay. Do go on.
Well, it's kind of a tricky story. Okay, so let's not get tricky. Let's get straightforward.
Dr. Tangent.
No tangents. So I'm trying to my memory's kind of crazy. It's like, are we mixing stories? Are we fast forwarding and going back at the same time? Where are we? Who knows? Good thing these stories can't be verified, because I don't know. I could be completely confusing stories. So
tell me more about this person.
Well, this is where it's tricky, because people were really annoyed by him. But I really liked him. Like, I liked his...
Do I know this person?
I don't think you ever met him. And I wish he was around. I mean, I'd still hang out with him, I guess. Like, he just annoyed... Like, he was very self-centered, right?
Mm-hmm.
Very self-focused. But not malicious or negative or any of that, but just very, like, I don't know. And he seemed like he could get hyped, right? Mm-hmm. Which can get annoying to some people too. I don't know. I was really into it. I was like, something about this guy. I think my youthful self had definitely enjoyed when some people kind of get a little manic, and then I'm like, I'll ride that wave with you, right? That was kind of the vibe.
Yeah.
Okay. So this guy comes and hangs out every now and then. And then one day I'm at work, and I feel like I know I'm like kind of telling this slowly because I'm trying to process like what parts to leave in and what parts to leave out. So I'm at work, and this customer comes in, like this young guy comes in, and he's like sitting in my section, and he's like, I don't know, like at the time I was being naive and I was like, oh, we're all hippies and family, like let's all be best friends. But I think looking back, he was trying to like go out on a date. I don't know, something like that. But I didn't know any of that, or I ignored it. So he's like, so this guy's like, hey, here's like, let's hang out or something. I was like, fuck yeah, best friends. I feel it, right? This is the zone I'm in. I'm like, of course we can be new best friends forever. So in my mind, and this makes no sense, why I decided to like round the, you know, like round the troops or whatever, like call everyone in. So this guy wants to maybe go on some private date together, but instead I'm like, let's all of us hang out, right? So I round the troops. I get this guy who wants to maybe go on a date or something. I get this guy that I named earlier that nobody likes, but I think is awesome as fuck, right? I brought at least one or two other people. I just remember their looks at the end of the night. So I know I was looking at lots of faces during this evening. Okay, so I round the fucking troops. We're in the suburbs. The annoying guy that I really like lives in Dallas, so he drives out to the suburbs to hang out with all of us. So we all hang out and we go to the train, and this is me leading the pack. This is me being like, this is what will make this night magical and special. So we go to Dallas on the train. I don't remember why. I have zero memory of what we did in Dallas. I have two memories, and these are what I'm telling you right now. I remember us getting on the train. Let me take a sip of water. One moment. Do 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 do. First memory. We get on the train, okay? I wish I had a name for my annoying friend, because I didn't think he was annoying at all. So I don't like calling him that, but that's the only way to differentiate him, because I'm not giving him a real first name. His parents didn't love him enough to name him, apparently, in my story. Okay, so we're on the train. My annoying friend he's like a politician. All of a sudden, he's a politician on the train. He needs to talk to everyone. He needs to, like, dazzle you, shake your hand, excuse me, ma'am, you know, like, just in everybody's face. He's in everybody's face trying to make a friend. Not even trying to make a friend. He's trying to entertain. But this is the train. Nobody wants to entertain. This, like, shut your mouth and look forward. No one wants any, like, no one finds you cute, right? Just stop. But he's not feeling like stopping. He just started, right? So he's in everybody's face, just being he's just being himself. It's great. So I'm enjoying it. And this makes no sense, because number one, I don't know, shit like that annoys me. Except when I'm with this guy, then it's a great fucking idea. I have some sort of chameleon qualities where I can just do that. Okay, so he's shaking hands and kissing babies, right? I just remember this guy turns, like this guy that was in his 20s turns to my friend and was just like, I don't like the tone. He was just like, this is your first time on the train, right? He's just like, come on, dude. Like, you're not taking this because you need to. You're taking it because of some fantasy in your mind you're fulfilling. Okay, so that is the train ride going to Dallas. I don't remember what we did or how long we did it, but we did that. We get back on the train hours later. It's been a long evening. Maybe we went to a restaurant. Who knows? So we get back on the train. Long evening. At the time, I didn't really notice how, like, the other people that I invited along were getting more and more distant. Like they're like, they have less polite smiles to give. They're not, like, contributing any conversation. They're not cheering homeboy on. I on the other hand, I am riding the fucking wave. Okay, so we're back on the train. We're going back to Dallas, or back to the suburbs. Now, before, on the way down, on the way going south, we were in the middle of the train. like in the middle of the cart.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so on the way back, we're in the front. So we are center stage, right? Like if anybody looks up for any reason, they will see us. Like we're number one. And by we, I mean my friend, right? He's standing. I think he was a tall guy. I think he was like a pretty big, like, I don't know, stature kind of person, okay? So he's at the front dominating the whole train, right? He's doing more of that, like, shaking hands and because he's standing in the front where the doors open. So if anybody walks by, they have to talk to him. And if they're sitting in the front, he's in eye contact and he will talk to you. Like, he's, like, pounding everyone down with conversation and just, he's, like, so high on, like, he was, and maybe I was just in his mania and he wasn't in mania. Like, maybe I was manic and he was just normal. But I felt like we were both riding some fucking wave, right? So I want to say somebody, like, comes in and they see that he's, like, open for conversation. And so they approach him and I don't remember, they were, like, talking politics or religion. They were like, you know what I mean? They were like, son, let me tell you. And he pounded them down, dude. It was insane. I was laughing so hard. It was like, he wasn't saying anything rude or malicious or anything like that, but he was just like, he would just like find one word they would say and he would just turn it into some like, it was like he shot himself out of a cannon, right? They didn't realize that they were giving him ammunition. Like, they just said one word and he just twisted it and just flew off. It was like, oh no, you thought you were doing good, you turned it around on yourself. Okay, it was like every word, every gesture, every look was building on itself. I cannot describe the heightened sense. It was just building and building and building, right? I was dying. I was like, oh my God. Okay? And he was just like, I think he was, what do you call that? When you're not really, you're kind of riding the wave and you're just like speaking from the heart. I don't know, channeling.
Speaking in tongues?
No. Like, stream of consciousness, just okay. Where you're just like speaking from the heart and it's like it really doesn't matter what you're saying. We can just see you're feeling yourself, right? Yeah. So he's doing that and it's just so huge, it can't get any bigger, right? And everybody's staring and not staring. Everyone's like, don't give this guy eye contact, but also we can't avoid this train wreck of a gentleman that's bursting with joy and excitement and enthusiasm and let me get to know you, right? So it gets so big, it can't get any bigger. And he's standing at the front of the train where there's like the two like poles where the button is, you know? Mm-hmm. In between, it's like there's stairs on both sides and then there's like the little platform and then there's like the two poles and then that's where everyone can watch you be crazy or be normal or whatever. So he's holding the two poles while he's like rocking himself around and being loud and crazy, right? This is what happens when it gets so big it can't go anywhere else. He's like shooting at the mouth some sort of stream of consciousness. And it's so big that the only way he can wrap up what he's saying, the genius of depths that he's channeling, he's holding both sides of the rails. And he does like this gymnastic thing where he flips his whole body. I mean, I'm talking like no feet are on the ground. He is airborne. And he flips and he comes back down and there's just this sense of like finale, like the circus is done, like your show is over, like done, like don't expect, like we just all feel it, like that was his curtsy or his bow, that was the end. And I just remember feeling that sense of like, I don't know, I was riding it with him, dude. I don't know what the fuck So I'm thinking like, damn, we just rode this wave for hours. And I look over to the people I've been ignoring but invited, and their look of pure fucking rage, of like the most annoyed. They look like parents when their kids are running around and and you keep being like, sit down, I'm telling you to sit down, right? And then they finally are like, I'm gonna like pop some like a blood vessel, like, or like, I'm gonna lose my shit so hard you just have to tap out, right? That was the look on their face of like, I am so done with this situation. They look so annoyed, and I was feeling it, and I look at them and I'm like, oh my god, this is how everybody on the train feels. I didn't even know it. I was so fucking awful for like essentially cheering them on in my heart and soul. And so after that guy would never, the guy that was apparently trying to get to know me as a person, he never talked to me again after that. He not a single, like, nothing. Like, he was like, I'm dead to you. He was over it. He was so annoyed with the evening. And I don't remember who else was there, but I think those friendships survived it. So that is my train story. Now, I'd like to mention that as awesome as this story, and I say awesome, I mean annoying. As annoying as this was, like, I feel like I got bad karma for it, because every time I've taken the train since, it's like, dude, I get major fucking rage when people are listening to like their phone without headphones. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna punch everyone. Everybody needs headphones. Like, this needs to be a quiet zone, everybody. Quiet zone. This is what I'm like. And so I've got like horrible karma from pumping someone up and riding their their wave. Dude, that shit was crazy. It's so, I will never accept another person doing that on the train. I will punch anyone. I will punch my former self. Peace.